once a magician.
Always.
Am I putting this on now? No. So I mentioned my brother David earlier. David Cassidy. And David, I can't overstate the impact David had on my life. I mean, he was the brother from another mother who would come to our house on weekends and share my room with me. And he was just everything. He was 8.5 years older, and I was the oldest of his father, Patrick, and our youngest brother, Ryan. So when David came, it was like, ooh, special guest star. And it was awesome. And we spent so much time together back east. Specifically, we did a Broadway show together called Blood Brothers for over 1.5 years. And the irony of that incredible experience is that when David called and asked if I wanted to do the show with him, I said no. Like firm no. Because I already had made sort of a baby step transition into writing. I had an office at Universal, and I had stuff in development, and I didn't want to be Robert Goulet. I was like, I'm not going to be this Broadway guy. I want to, write stories. He said, no, just come see the show. It's about brothers. You'll love it. It's fantastic. Just come for the weekend. We'll hang out. We'll have fun. You'll see the show. Okay, but I'm afraid if I end up doing the show, the studio will throw me to the curb. I have a little deal now. They're actually paying me to write things, and I don't want to lose that. He said, talk to the studio. So I talked to the studio, and they say, hey, if you want to write during the day, you can do your little Broadway show at night. Okay, so fine, there, check. But then the other conflict, which was kind of in my heart at the moment, bigger, I told you about the falling in love with love guy. This was before I met my wife. I was recently divorced. I got married when I was very young, like when I got my driver's license. So like I hadn't really dated like as an adult. And I'm in my early 30s now, and I'm dating for the first time, which I hate. But I just met this girl I really kind of liked, and I made a date with her for the same weekend. David wanted me to go to New York to see Blood Brothers. So I had another reason to say, I'm not coming to New York. And I said, no again. And he said, what are you talking about? I said, I don't want to do it. I got this date. I really like her. He said, how many dates? I said, 1. He said, you've been on 1 date and you won't come to New York to see a show that could potentially... He said, bring her. Bring her. I've been on 1 date with her. I didn't even kiss her goodnight. She's not going to come with me to New York for the weekend with you and see Blood Brothers. He said, just ask her. So I asked her. Sure, I'd love to go to New York with you for the weekend. Okay. So I pick her up very early in the morning. It's LA to New York, so it's like 5 a.m. Things are a little weird in the car because we don't know each other. But, off to the airport, and I'm thinking, we had a really good date, so this will probably be a great weekend. It'll probably be. Only reason I'm going, by the way, is because she said yes, not to see Blood Brothers. We get on the plane starts to take off. She bursts into tears. Like, big time, loud, like people are looking around crying. And I'm like, what's wrong? What is it? What is it? I can't leave my boyfriend! And suddenly I realize I'm about to have the worst weekend of my life. Because she's not jumping off the airplane. As it turns out though, and by the way, God bless her, she ended up, I guess she liked me. She said yes, but she clearly liked the other guy better. And she ended up marrying him and having a very nice life with him, and I believe they're still married, so great. But I got to New York and that weekend was horrible, but I see Blood Brothers and I suddenly, oh, I see what David's talking about. This show is like powerhouse, and 2 real brothers. It had already opened, it had the British cast in the UK, but it wasn't doing that well, and the producers thought, hey, maybe 2 American brothers might be and it worked. It became a big, big hit, and most importantly, I got to spend like the most amazing 1.5 years with David, and I miss him to this day. I see him in my nephew, I see him in my younger brothers, I feel him in me, and I want to sing this song that we used to close Blood Brothers with for you. We sang, Petula Clark played our mom, we sang it with her, and it was about love and loss and ultimately acceptance, which are all the feelings I'm constantly juggling when I think of David. Anyway, Cole, will you cover for Uncle Dave, and I'll do my best to cover for young Shaun. Tell me it's not true. Say it's just a story, something on the news. Tell me it's not true, though it's here before me. Say it's just a dream, say it's just a scene from an old movie from years ago. From an old movie with Marilyn Monroe.
Tell me it's not true. Say I